Hi, welcome back. So, in front of you, you're having the Nasdaq E-mini futures chart. So, I want to talk about the final hour. So, trading the final hour of the day. My key times I'm looking at is the macro from the past hour. So, coming from 250 to 310. If I'm to annotate 250 for you, so this is 250 to 310. That's where I have the market giving you an obvious price run. So if I'm to show this to you in form of a market maker model, I'm having this as my original consolidation right there. So this is a simple market maker model. If I'm to have this as my original consolidation right there, and I'm having a retest into that, I have a retest into that, just there. So I'm going to consider this as accumulation, the whole of this as accumulation right there. The market doesn't give you a second phase of accumulation, but we come tap the original consolidation one more time right here. So I'm expecting the market to spool lower, taking out this low. And how far can the market go below this low? The negative 0.25. Going into the final hour of trading, so I'm going to put this off. I don't want to be absent-minded by that. Going into the final hour, I'm looking at these major key timestamps. I'm having the 350 to the 250 to 310, then 310 to 315, then 315 to 345, which is what we are trading in right now. Then 345 going into the final macro at 350 into 357. I expect the market to spool to going into 357. Then the market, my trading ends at 4. The final hour ends at 4. So I'm currently trading in the 315 to 345 macro. Okay, I'm expecting the market to drop lower as the closure comes in to put in. Remember, if my daily profile is something of this sort, so today was a classic buy day, then manipulation higher and coming into the closure. So I'm anticipating this move right here, then going into the closure. So if this is my open, manipulation, did a swing, then we rally higher distribution, then the close, going into the close. So for my rally lower, I'm expecting this gap to be inverse, the closure below this right there, turning this into an order block. Let me put this further, so I'm into that. I'm having this market trading into the upper half of this fair value gap. Now, how far can the market go if it surpasses this fair value gap? I'm having an order block right here, the top of that fair value gap. This is a bearish order block. Trade back into that, the lower quadrant of that one more time. I want to see the bodies telling the story and the wicks doing the damage. So we are going into the 345 right there. As I'm going into the 345, the body closes below that. want this to be respected, so I'm going to draw from that high to this low. I expect this to be a breaker in that, so I'm going to click on my optimal trade entry where we are at right now. So we close back below these levels. Now I want this wick to be used as an order block. Okay, order block right there. Market has just jumped into that inversion of this. Need some of these levels off. I need a closure below this, a candle closure below that. So my entry is just like that at this inversion right there, dropping lower. We are having SMT at this size. If I'm to show you a chart of ES, I'm having ES taking out this high that NQ failed to take out. So I'm having SMT here. This is a bearish SMT. SMT stands for smart money tool or smart money technique, which is used as a confluence when trading to know when the market makers are looking for fuel to sponsor a move, going to a high or low fruit hanging objective, So I'm having SMT at those highs. Now this is a classic sell model. Need to be dotted. Let's text above top. Having SMT right there, expecting this. Now when 345 clicks going into the 350, by 357 I'm going to be expecting speed going to my target. I'm going to be expecting speed going into my target. Right there, I need a closure. So I have 345 right now. 345 opening. So these are the macros in the final hour. Right here, I won't be making a separate video to teach that. I wanted to grasp it at where we are at right now. So the market spikes up, coming back into this. Having this week used as an order block, so I expect that to stay and top. That is fine. So market is dropping lower. They are having something of this sort. I can push this away. This is what we are aiming for. This is how our trade looks like. Trade into that one more time. As a retest, I expect the market to trade into this, having bearish order block right there. Extend that into price. Okay, and I need a closure below this to make this a bearish order block too. So this is bearish order block inside this big order block. So I would want to, I need this to push us below this low for us to formulate a, actually this body is low for us to formulate a break, what am I talking about? For us to formulate a bearish order block that okay, a main bearish order block, if I may say. So this is a short term, this is a long term to push us lower. So closure below this, going to below this, I need a closure below that from this bearish order block for a drop lower. Trade back into that inversion fair value gap right there. This is what I was telling you. I need market to first close below this for this to validate as an order block. So right now I'm looking at that, having this inversion fair value gap. I'm looking at the market respecting half of that. There is nothing going on. Actually, I did not complete my lecture for the AM session trading, and I'm sorry about that. I had some guests come here, so I had to be with them. It's hard having forex, and you have to incorporate something into your life, and that's what we work with. So right now 350 has just hit, so we are in the macro right now, expecting us to drop lower into that, coming with a negative 0.25. Note that if I'm to put this away and precision, at least having this as an order block right there, expecting speed going into this low. The wicks are rejecting this candle that retests into our optimal trade entry and this bearish fair value gap. I'm expecting this to stay open, the high of this to stay protected. Closure below this body confirms this order block, these three upward candles right there. So as long as we don't have it, then we don't have an order block. But we are trading in the 350 to 410, sorry 350 to 357 macro. Now 357, I'm expecting speed going into 4 p.m. Expecting speed. If we accumulate into that, then probably tapered it into that, but we'll keep your stop loss at close to break even right there. We are forming highs in this order block. You have a high, so this is minor buy side right there, and this can be rated at any point in time. This is minor buy side right there. That can be rated in time, and it can lead to us consolidating. But I said market to rip lower, but we are forming buy side. So there is your closure. I'm having this as bearish order block. Might want to run into these highs before taking out my low hanging fruit objective, but I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that. So I'm looking at these highs to be taken out, then drop lower, probably trade back into this. So we are valuing up, keep this week open and protected, then drop lower. Look at how far ES is trading. So ES has taken out this. Now I'm having SMT right there. SMP at these lows. Expect this to be broken, and I'm having open highs at both pairs, so it's minor buy, so I expect that to be taken out. It doesn't get hit, and the market is rejecting already, and that's fucked up. Okay, that's a beautiful drop lower. Beautiful drop lower to take out my probable sell side. So this is me collecting profits and leaving a runner. Suppose we drop into the negative 0.5. That's what I would want, but it's not that. Waiting for this market to trade into this, and if I'm seeing the market not delivering with speed within this time window, then I wouldn't want to aim for this negative 0.5. This would be something of my take, somewhat of my take profit right there. That was my entry. This was the execution. I need full take profit right there. I think this is where you take off all your contracts and then you tape the rest, because you can't know what's going to happen going into the closure. So I'm calling this minor buy side. Market might turn into that. this can push us into 40p. So you're having 357 opening up right now. Into minor buy side there. Market has failed to reach our low hanging fruit objective. I told you this. Having this order block right there. I want us to trade close below this, then continue lower, going into 350, going into 4 p.m. so 357 opens up, we manipulate higher, coming back into this, so your stop loss is above that handles high. Speed, expect speed into my goals, just like that. Expecting speed. It's 4 p.m. currently 4 p.m. having minor buy side above this. I want this to be toggled lower, taking out this, then we'll rally higher. Have no problem with that. After we take out my sell side, draw on liquidity, and just like that, there you have your inner sell side. So I have no problem with the market not coming into this. This is an order block right here. That is an order block. So this that is your final take profit right there being hit. Ensure proper risk management and make sure that you are not hurt by the market. That's what we do as traders. That's our role. Be safe.